Welcome back everyone. Welcome to my channel Curiosity Programming. So in this today's session we are going to discuss about what are the advantages of using AWS. So this is a not complete mandatory session because this we can get in the last at the end of the session I can give you a 3 to 4 points which are more necessary comparing when you wanted to say advantages of AWS over traditional on-premises data centers. So please refer to the video and watch till end of the video. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, please make sure you watch the entire at least last 5 minutes so that you can answer in interview questions what are the advantages of having using AWS. So my sessions are mostly oriented. My sessions are oriented based on real life scenarios interviews. So in this session, I am going to discuss everything about traditional data engineering type of explanations. So mostly my videos going forward will I'm going to make more videos related to data engineering only. So that because most of the associates are who are preparing for the data engineer, they can crack the interviews easily. So once again, I'm repeating my entire videos are going to be interview oriented based on the data engineering field. So my name is Pawan K and as that is deep dive into this advantages of AWS. So basically when we wanted to discuss about the advantages, first and foremost thing we discuss about is cost efficiency. So what does it mean? What are the categories that comes under cost efficiency? Let us go deep into it. Pay as you go pricing. So first point of the cost efficiency is pay as you go pricing, which means for whatever the services, whatever the capacity and whatever the resources we use, we only pay for as much as we utilize them. So it means, for example, I wanted to run one application for 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours, then I will pay only the amount for the time that I have utilized. So if I used my server for 1 hour, then I pay for 1 hour only. So I will not pay any additional upfront. So when we compare to the on-premises legacy systems, we need to pay upfront to buy any kind of servers or systems and any resources that we need to purchase like CPUs or any memories or anything. We need to we need to spend expenditure of capex. So it is a cost effective when it is come to AWS. It is cost effective since you are paying in a pay as you go model. So this model is most advantageous feature that is available in all the cloud service providers like GCP, Azure, and AWS also as well. And the next one is no hardware maintenance. No hardware maintenance is we don't have to maintain any server or any storage system or any computational service on our own. Like previously in on-premises when we are using, right, we have to maintain a certain warehouse or certain go down where we need to maintain our servers and we need to keep them power on 24/7 if we wanted to use the application 24/7. So we need a security to maintain that hardware. So whereas in AWS you don't have to maintain anything. Everything is available in your browser. Just you need to do few more clicks and everything will be set up. So that is most advantageous feature. No hardware maintenance. Next one is auto scaling. Auto scaling is nothing but if you wanted to increase, let's say your traffic is coming more and more, and your application is running in a single server, and you wanted to add another server to it. So without keeping any downtime, we can add another server without having any downtime. So that is the most advantageous feature. We can scale our application vertically or horizontally in AWS within just few clicks, or by auto, we can do it by automation, just like auto scaling target group. We can create it and it will automatically take care of it. You don't have to intervene on it. So when we come to the on-prem, you have to buy a new server, you have to make the security patches, and you have to install everything from the scratch. You have to create a virtual load balancer, and you have to route the traffic based on weightage. So it is a time-consuming process. It is hectic, and it involves a lot of time consuming. It involves a lot of manpower. So whereas in AWS, it's just a simple clicks away. So you can scale the applications horizontally or vertically. And coming to the next one, spot and reserved instances. So these are two types of instances where we buy instances. Spot instances is nothing but we will keep the instances on the spot. For example, I wanted to run one batch job on certain time, and I wanted to, even if that job is failed, even if it is going to retry, I don't mind. At that point of time, we can, bid in AWS for lowest level. For example, there is five servers, and I wanted to use five servers. So there will be multiple users who are going to bid for the servers. There will be a minimum price that is going to set up for the server. Let's say $1, and we are going to quote another cent, like $1, 1 cent, or $1, 2 cents, like that. We are going to quote. So whoever is quoting higher, they are going to get the spot instances. So just like that, we will get instances, and if some other user is quoting more than that one instance, let's say we bought the instance for 1.3, let's say 1 rupee and 50 paisa, and some other user got it for 1 rupee and 51 paisa. So they are going to get the spot instances, and our work is going to get stopped. Again, we will quote another 1 rupee and 1 paisa, and or 5 paisa. We are going to get that spot instances, and we are going to run the spot or batch jobs. So that is the advantage feature of spot instances. Whoever bids the more, they will get the servers more. And next one is reserved instances. As the name suggests, reserved instance is nothing but we have to reserve the instance for a certain period of time. For example, let's say I want to run an application and I don't want to keep it in for spot instances or in on-demand instances. So what I will do, I will just go to AWS EC2 and I will choose reserved instances, and I will buy the instances for a minimum of 1 year or 3 years. So what happens when I buy for 1 year or 3 years? AWS will provide approximately 52% of discount. So this reserved instances we will get up to 52% of discount. So comparing to on-demand instances, we will pay for as much as we use, like pay as you go model, right? So for this reserved instances, we will get approximately 52% of discount comparing to the this on-demand instances. So we will buy the instances, and we will have this dedicated server up or running according to our needs, because we already paid for it. So no need to pay additional extra resources. So we will just keep on running our applications on because it is mostly used for production kind of runs mostly. So this is mostly used for prod. Okay. So coming to the spot instances, we can use for dev, UAT, or testing kind of regions. So these are the cost saving options that are available in AWS right now. I'm coming to the next part. One second. I'm coming to the next one, which is scalability and flexibility. Scalability and flexibility is nothing but, as I mentioned earlier, we have on-demand resources which will launch new servers, databases, services as needed. Scalability means as per the business requirement. Let's say our traffic is more and we wanted to have another database for reading, another database for writing. So all these kind of spot decisions can be quickly reflected on AWS with just few clicks, which is on-demand resources. So with this help of it, we can instantly create new resources as per the business needs. Next one is global infrastructure. Global infrastructure is nothing but AWS is available in a worldwide region. It has more than in all over the India. It has all the most of the regions. It has covered all over the world, and in whatever the region we wanted to launch an instance. Let's say I'm here in India and I wanted to launch one EC2 instance in US East 1 or US or APAC or Japan, Tokyo, or whatever the region I wanted to choose. I feel it is more secure. I can launch the instance over that region. So there is no limitation for us. All we need to do is utilize this global infrastructure which is already existing in AWS. I'm coming to the next one, which is load balancing and auto scaling. Load balancing is nothing but distributing the data or traffic equally to all the available instances. Let's say I have four servers. On these four servers, I have let's say I have two servers, and over these two servers I have a load balancer. So this is my LB. So what my LB will do, my LB will distribute the traffic, whatever it is coming, and it is from the client, whatever the traffic I am getting, I am going to distribute it to all the equally to the servers, server 1 and server 2. So this is what is going to happen. So if one in case if both the servers are facing difficulty in having like any resources are consuming more. Let's say combiningly these two CPUs are cross the CPU utilization of 80%. So what happens is we can create one target group, and based on the target group and CloudWatch metric, it will automatically add one more new server, which means it is scaling up. It is scaling up and it is adding one more server, and it will distribute the traffic equally to another server as well. So which means the load on these two servers is going to get reduced. So that is the most advantageous feature of using auto scaling and load balancing. Auto scaling means scaling up and scaling down of our resources. Load balancing means distributing that load equally to all the resources, existing servers. And the next one is multi-region deployment. So multiple region deployment is nothing but we have application running in US East one region. Let us assume that we have application running in one region, US East region, US region. And let's say there is a hurricane or there is a earthquake that got happened, and our data center got destroyed. So we will lose our application. Our application will go to downtime. So at that time, what will happen is we can use this feature of using multi-region deployment. This multi-region deployment will help us in creating better DR regions. Let's say I created one application in US region and it got destroyed. So at that time, what I can do is there will be one DR region we can create in another region. We can create DR region in APAC, like AP South 1, which is Mumbai, recently added in AWS. We can create one DR region in AP South 1, and we can create infrastructure in AP South 1, and we can make the infrastructure standby. So whenever there is any disruptions happen in our primary region, the secondary region will automatically come up, and it will not cause any downtime for our application. So that is the most advantageous feature of using multiple region deploying access to third parties. So there are three types of encryptions that is going to happen. Which one is client-side encryption, inflate encryption, and encryption at rest. So all these kind of encryptions that are supported by AWS, and KMS is the service, key management service is the service, which is going to help us in encrypting the data. And also AWS S3 will also by default will follow encryption whenever you wanted to upload the data. So there is no need to worry about our data exploiting over the traffic. So AWS will is intelligent enough to by default it is going to encrypt the data. And if you want to customize the encryption, you can also choose the SSC C, which is a customer managed encryption, to encrypt your data. And coming to the next service, which is reliability and high availability. Reliability is nothing but providing stability to the application. High availability is nothing but continuously able to access the application without having minimum downtime. So when we have application, we can have minimum downtime so that our application is accessible most of the time. So that is, but high availability is nothing but mostly it is available. Reliability is nothing but it is more stable. So when coming to the reliability and availability, fault tolerance is the first provided feature in AWS. Fault tolerance is nothing but data centers, there is a redundant data centers in multiple AWS availability zone, which means in particular region, let's say for example, I choose US East 1. I chose US region to store my data. So in this US region, there will be AZ1. So AZ1 is going to be here, and AZ2 is going to be here, and AZ3 is going to be here, and AZ4 is going to be here. So what happens is, so whenever there is any catastrophe that is happen in any particular region, right? So in that region, my data is going to get lost, and then another region, we can have as a backup, and that AZ3 is going to another secondary region is going to help us in store the data. So that is the most advantageous feature. Even if this service is went down, so remaining three zones are going to be active, or if the two services are down, remaining two services are going to be active and provide us stability. And the minimum number of this is the interview question that you will get in while attending any AWS related issue. So the question is going to be like, what are the minimum number of AGs in a particular region, and what are the maximum number of AGs? So the answer is minimum there will be two number of region availability zones, and maximum you will have 4 number of availability zone. So the minimum is 2 and maximum is 4. So this is the one of the interview questions that you may face while answering any AWS related issues. So this is very low level, and please try to remember it. And coming to the next one, apart from fault tolerance, this is automated backups. Automated backups means few services like AWS S3, which is storing service, which will on RDS, and these provide automated backups so that user can retrieve point in time recovery. And next one is disaster recovery. Disaster recovery is nothing but whenever I wanted to store my data in a particular region, let's say there are two regions, AG1 in region 1 and region 2. So in this region I have two servers, and what I will do is I will deploy my application in these two servers, and in AG2 I will create another two servers, and I will install all the dependencies and I will not run it. So this is my primary region. So this is my primary region, and this is my secondary region. So what happens is, so whenever there is a load, we will build a load balancer on top of this, and what happens is the load balancer we will route traffic to these primary servers. So whenever this any disruptions happen or any catastrophes happen in a primary region, let's say this entire region went down. So what happens is our load balancer will load the traffic to available region, which is secondary region. Our secondary region will pick up the traffic and it will run the applications as intact, because both the infrastructure is same and we have created DR region in another region. This region went down and this region will not be affected. So our application is stable and we can happily access the application. So the business will not be disturbed. So this is the most advantageous feature of using disaster recovery. And coming to the next category, which is faster deployment and innovation. So previously, when you wanted to deploy an application without any cloud service providers, what we will do? We will buy all the servers, all the memories, all the vCPUs on in a single place, and we have to maintain the power supply for the 24/7, and we have to do manual security checkups, and we have to install all the required packages, and we have to deploy the applications manually, which is a lot of time consuming, lot of cost consume, which requires lot of capital investment, which is capex. So coming to this AWS, it is faster deployments, which means if I wanted to launch any server, I can launch within a second, or within few minutes I can launch the application. I can install multiple services on my applications. I can launch any database, any service within seconds or within minutes. So that is all we need to do is access AWS through browser. That's it. And next one is serverless computing. Serverless computing means, so there are two types of computing that is available: server computing and serverless computing. Server computing means you will create infrastructure, you will not maintain it, AWS will maintain it, and you will have to keep the security patches. So whenever you feel your application is having any vulnerabilities, you have to deploy the patching in your server and you have to maintain everything. So coming that is the server computing. And coming to the serverless computing, you don't have to maintain any server. AWS is going to maintain all the servers, just like server computing, and also you don't have to maintain any patching or any security related issues. AWS is the complete responsible for all this kind of maintenance, including the server, along with the patches, along with the optimization or enhancements. All the AWS is the sole responsible proprietor for this serverless computing. So this provides us just to deploy the code in service and just run it. That's it. No need to install any services, no need to just to create any code. Just all you need to do is upload your code and run it. That is the most advantageous feature of having serverless computing. So you don't need to maintain anything. You don't have you are not the responsible for the that services that you are using. All your responsibility is uploading your code and run it, just for the computations. And next one is pre-configured services. There are so many pre-configured services that are available in AWS. First one is AMIs, which are available in EC2 section, where there will be pre-configured set of images like Ubuntu with the 24.4 version, and multiple services that are required for running Docker containers. So all these pre-configured services that are already available in AMI, which is a Amazon machine image. So all you need to do is just take that image and launch the server. That's it. So all the dependent services that are mentioned in AMI will automatically deployed in the backend, and it will all you need to do is just run the application. That's it. And coming to that remaining services like RDS or DynamoDB and AWS analytics like ETL tools like Glue or querying tool like Athena or this EMR, all these services are just having pre-configured services. So that are most useful when you wanted to deploy the applications where you don't have to configure anything. Next one is DevOps integration. So recently, DevOps, previously and currently also DevOps has great potential where multiple services we use in open source like Maven or Jenkins or GitHub or all the services we use in open sources, and which are some organizations might not provide access. So AWS provides DevOps services like AWS Code Pipeline, AWS Code Commit. So these kind of services that are available in AWS, which will help us, create better DevOps CI/CD pipelines, and we can store our images also in AWS. So there are multiple DevOps services that are available. So a DevOps integration is also possible in AWS. And the next category is performance and monitoring. For any application that we do, monitoring is the key aspect. So without monitoring, there is no maintenance. So AWS provides high performance computing, which means so whenever you run an application like video creation or graphic creation or video gaming application, you need to create multiple graphics which require GPU. So all these servers are available in AWS. So all you need to do is just launch it and do your work. Next one is monitoring tool. This monitoring tools like AWS CloudWatch. CloudWatch is the major tool where you will have all the monitoring enabled. So for example, let's say you have application, and your application you wanted to monitor like whether that service disk memory CPU utilization is within the limits or not. You can watch it in EC2 instances, or you can watch it in CloudWatch as well. So CloudWatch is a major tool that will provide the metrics, and that integration is also available in EC2. So major service is AWS CloudWatch. Okay, and in this CloudWatch you can create metrics, or you can create a dashboard, and you can create a budgeting also. Let's say if your application is using multiple resources, and it is crossing $2 or $3 than your expected money. So you can create one alarm whenever your resource is touching that limit or crossing that limit. It will send you one alarm immediately, so that you can check and reconfigure it. Next one is X-ray. X-ray is a network related service where it will track the service from client source to destination. From source to destination, let's say there are multiple hops, and let's say your traffic is somewhere is going down here. So this is the place where your service is going down. So what happens is when you include AWS X-ray agent, it is going to track from source to destination, and it will see where the hopping is dropping the packets, network packets. So that is the most advantageous feature of using AWS X-ray, and AWS config, which is also helps in storing logs. AWS Cloud Trail, which is a blueprint of whatever you do. Let's say you navigated to S3, EC2, and everything services, right? AWS Cloud Trail will store each and every moment that you do. If you create any bucket, it will note it down. It's like a continuous log, whatever you do on the AWS service, AWS portal. So these are the advantageous features that are available in AWS. Next one is content delivery network. Content delivery network is nothing but delivering our content throughout the world within seconds. So that is the content delivery network. Basically, this content delivery network will follow edge caching, edge location caching. So edge location caching is nothing but in the world there are multiple services, multiple places. Let's say this is the entire world, and we are living in India here. Let's say this is the India, and this is the US, or this is Japan or Russia. So what is the edge locations is there are multiple edge locations that are available uh, uh, in the world. So what happens is when you deploy an application and a user from a particular region, let's say from USA is accessing your application. So what happens is your server is going to whenever the user query request a data, right, your server is going to store the cache in a nearby edge location, and from that edge location it is going to deliver that data to user. So next time whenever the user is requesting the same query, it is going to check from the nearby edge location, and since the caching is available, it is going to reflect the data, return the data to the user because the caching is already available. So it will not again reach the source. It will directly fetch the edge location and it will revert back to the user. So that is the most advantageous feature of using CDN, Content Delivery Network. Next category is disaster recovery and business continuity. As I mentioned earlier, disaster recovery is nothing but having multiple regions and deploying our application as a backup in another region. So this way we can provide high stability and high availability, reliability and high availability. Next one is elastic load balancer. Elastic load balancer is nothing but distributing the traffic from primary to secondary if that primary is failed. It's nothing but failover from primary to secondary. Next one is point in time recovery. Point in time recovery is nothing but AWS will have scheduled backups. So whenever let's say your application is having an issue, your database data got corrupted today, so what you can do is you can restore the database from the existing backups that has taken by yesterday by our AWS. So you can go to yesterday backup snapshot and you can restore the snapshot and you can recover your database. So that is the point in time recovery. So to conclude this video, so these are the main important points that you need to keep in mind while attending any interviews when you answer what are the advantages of AWS. Advantages of AWS is no upfront cost. No upfront cost means you will pay for only pay as you go model. For this point you can mention as pay as you go. That is the most suitable answer for this pay as you go model. Okay. And next one is scale instantly, and this versus is nothing but AWS to on-prem. Okay, so in the AWS you will pay no upfront cost, which means pay as you go, and in on-prem you have to invest capex. And scale instantly, nothing but you will scale the applications within seconds. There is no need to wait for large amount of time to buy, install and do everything. All you need to do is just within few clicks you can launch the instance automatically. And whereas coming to the on-prem, you have to wait for a lot of time. You have to maintain security patches, manual time. It is a time-consuming process. Next one is high availability. Because of multiple availability zones, AWS is highly available. And whereas on-prem, it is a single data center. We cannot maintain multiple data centers in on-prem because it is of cost expenditure, and even if we maintain, there is a lot of security issues that is going to happen, and there is a chance of failures. And next one is automated security and compliance. Automated security is completely provided by AWS for the data that we store or that we are going to transfer over the AWS. And whereas in on-prem we need to manually provide the security to the data. Next one is serverless computing and AI services. There are few AI services that are existing in AI like AWS recognition or Amazon Poly, which will it's like a image recognition and voice recognition services which will create transcriptions. Comparing to the traditional computing, you have to write multiple millions of codes to convert from audio to video or audio to face recognition or anything. So this is the most advantageous features. Whenever anybody asks you in AWS what are the advantageous features, you can just mention all these highlighted 5 points. Okay, so that is up to this session. So in this coming session I am going to explain you about how to create an AWS account and how to launch AWS services from the next sessions. And in this coming session I'm going to explain everything in a hands-on way. So please try to watch the session, and please do subscribe my videos. And in case of any doubts, please do comment in that comment section. I will as early as possible I will just go through your comments, and I will just try to provide your answer to your questions. So thank you for your time.